Welcome back to this video on how to create data frames. In our previous sessions, we have been looking at how to import data that is already in a certain format, specifically Excel and CSV formats. But in this case, I'm going to teach you how you can literally create data frames from in different ways. And the first way that I want us to look at is using list of lists. So there are two ways that I'm going to teach you that I think is more straightforward, although there's so many other ways of doing it. But I'm going to stick to creating data frame from list of lists, and then I'll also teach you how to do it from dictionaries. So list of lists is basically, we learned previously another video on how to create lists in Python. But in here, we have got a list that is within a list, and therefore we call them list of lists. So you can literally convert those lists into a data frame, and you can use it for further analysis. So to demonstrate this, I want us to create a data frame that will contain a country and a capital city. So it's going to be straightforward. So let's create the name of the list as a variable called countries. And then to create a list of lists, you have got full square brackets and then the first list. So the first name is going to be the country. I'll start with Kenya. And then I'm going to have the capital city as Nairobi. The next one is going to be Nigeria, which is a string. But now it's going to be a separate list. So we have got the first one. So you can see we have the overall list, which is the big one. And then within that list, you have got a small list called Kenya that has got that contains Kenya and Nairobi. And then we have a comma and create another list. The second one is going to be Nigeria. And then the capital city is going to be Abuja. And I'm going to have a third list. It's going to be USA. And then the capital city is going to be Washington, D.C. Let me just write in sentence case D.C. Of course, you can tab this down by just pressing enter so that it's more neat. And have got another country, maybe from Europe. This time I'm gonna have United Kingdom, and then the capital is gonna be London. I'm gonna have a South American country, Brazil. I'm not sure about the capital of Brazil, but let me guess it should be Brasilia. And then I'm gonna have another European Asian country, obviously India. I'm gonna have this way it gets. Hope I got it right. And then I'm gonna have China. And then it's gonna be Beijing. So this is a list, so we don't need this extra square bracket. I think we do. I think we need it. This one requires another list. Every country and capital should be within a list. And then run this. For a start, let's just print our list of lists to see how it looks like. So you can see each one has a country and a capital, country and a capital. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is gonna be 7 data points. So to convert this list of lists into, let me just delete that. convert this list into a data frame is dead easy. So first of all, we assign the variable name to our desired data frame. So I'm going to use df equal to, and then we already imported pandas as pd from very top here. So I don't need to repeat it. I'm just going to do, if you're running a new script, just make sure that you run this cell here so that it doesn't throw an error. So now I'm going to use pd, which is pandas dot, and then I'm going to use a function within data pandas known as data frame, like that. So this is the function within pandas data frame that allows you to create a data frame. And then the next thing is to insert the name of the list. So the name of my list is countries. I'm going to have countries, and then I have to specify the column names. So given that is two sets of data, the country and the capital, I can specify only two columns. So that is going to be country. Let me just have in lowercase country, and then I'm going to have the last one is capital. And then once I run this, it requires me to have this. I'm getting an error here pointing that it has gotten an expected bracket. So ideally, these my column names should be within a list. So I just have to add the list, and this should be straightforward. Once I do df.head, it should return my converted data frame. So as you can see, initially we had got countries. We had a list here that contains a country and a capital. We convert that to a data frame using the function data frame from pandas, and we prove that it's working by simply typing the first few data points. So that is how you create a data frame from a list. So before we proceed, I want to add this like an extra. So sometimes you might want to add an extra column after creating your data frame, and that is where you need to know how to create an additional column in pandas. So pandas allows you to do that using a simple function. It's very, very simple. So if I want to add another column here, let's say maybe population, what I'll do is first of all specify the name of the data frame. So it's going to be df dot, not dot, but square bracket to indicate that I'm going to add a column there, and specify the column name. So my column name is maybe population, and then I simply do equal sign and add opening and closing quotation marks to indicate that there's nothing here. So basically I'm telling pandas that go to my data frame, which is df, which is this data frame, create a column name called population, and then assign it to nothing. So I'm going to create an empty column here called population. If I run this and I run df, I should have got a column name that is empty called population. So that is how you add, first of all, you create a data frame from list and then add an empty column. So that is going to be important because in our next sessions, we will be adding some kind of additional data by specifying empty data columns, and then we learn how to iterate over each of these data points and fill this empty column. Super cool feature in pandas, and I hope you'll stick around to learn that. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so that we can have more subscribers, and it's good for business. So I highly encourage you to do that. Share with friends, give this video a thumbs up, like, so that all of us can learn coding. So stay focused. Let's meet on the next session on how to create pandas data frame using dictionaries. So that's all for now.